Hey guys, my name's Jose Baeza, and I want to welcome you to this video. If you have not clicked on the subscribe button or the like button, definitely do so now. I really appreciate it. And today I want to share this video with you guys because I want to go over a presentation about funding. Even after the pandemic, right? Even after COVID, it's still very possible for you to receive access to capital. And we're going to be going over what's worked in the past, what's worked in the present, and what's going to work in the future. So again, all of this funding could be acquired even without you having any prior experience, revenue, or collateral. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys. So first and foremost, a little bit about myself. I started at eFunding Experts over 8 years now, and it all started with simply just a dream of starting my own business. But within this process, I learned that every business needs one thing. They need more than one thing, but one thing in particular we all have in common, and that's we're always looking for money. And that's the thing. When I was first growing up with my parents, my mom, my dad, my family was always talking about money. Where are we gonna make ends meet, right? Where are we gonna get the next paycheck so that we can make the rent and so forth? And so I started learning more and more about business, hanging out around entrepreneurs and like-minded individuals. And as you can see in the screen on the left-hand side, that was me attending seminars, going to networking events, until I bought my first property, my first real estate property I purchased with funding that I had acquired, and also from just my commissions and my salary and everything, because back then I had some businesses on the side, but mainly my job. And so I learned more and more. And as I continued to grow, I started learning more about investing and so forth. So I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about my story on that. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get started, right? So here's the truth. Everything has changed. The world is changing as we speak. There's so many things going on around the world, whether it be COVID, whether it be Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and even just the stock market. So everything is changing all the time. So how do we stay up to date? We stay up to date because we have to literally research. Here at eFunding Experts, we have to research the market. We have to go for where is the money coming from? Where is the money going? And so the good news is that right now is the best time that you can invest, because there's so much money being handed over to entrepreneurs, to business owners like yourself. And if you're not an entrepreneur or a business owner, you definitely want to start as well. My mom started a restaurant about 2 years ago, right before COVID happened, and it wasn't planned, but she did it. And right now there's a lot of companies out there, a lot of banks, should I say, that are giving out loans, and they're giving out opportunities so that you can start your own business. And if you have a business, so that you can grow. So right now, here's the abundance opportunity for the transfer of wealth. And if you prepared, you can actually capitalize. So the old way was where you had to physically go out to a bank and apply. You would even get denied or you would get approved. But again, you still have to pitch your service or your business, right, to the good banker, that person that would always turn you down or would simply just make you embarrassed. I don't know. I didn't know how that felt like, because again, I didn't get to that part when I was younger, because I learned through entrepreneurships and mentorships. But again, many of you guys could possibly relate where, you had to go physically to a bank. Here's the thing. When you're going to a bank, or whether you're pitching an investor, they're going to look for a couple things. Is that investment that they're about to make on you profitable? How fast will it take for them to receive their money back plus interest? And also, they're going to look at several things, such as, maybe some of you guys are familiar with the show Shark Tank, where they're going to take an equity position and take a good amount of your company away from you. So there's a lot of different ways that you can raise the money, and investors are going to look into they're going to look into your business. But the key is, what are you willing to sacrifice for that money? And the good thing is that there's so many different ways to raise money, you guys, that it is not necessary for you to give any of your business away. And here's the truth. The new way really is more about different sources like crowdfunding, hedge funds. You have major banks like Chase, Citibank that are providing loans on behalf of the SBA. The PPP programs, EIDLs, of course, some of those are not available anymore. But there's so many different processes right now that are being handed over to entrepreneurs like yourself. And so, how are the top 1% really doing this, right? So, the key here is to get access to as many options as possible, right? So, you want to go ahead and apply, you want to get a quote, you want to get reviewed. That's the method that we follow. But the one key thing is for you to avoid any inquiries, because when you're applying, you got to be very careful because there's a lot of lenders out there that want you to apply and they're simply not going to let you go without an inquiry. A hard inquiry, a hard pull is going to be detrimental to your credit report, your credit score. You want that credit score to stay as high as possible, and you're not going to keep it that way, or you're not going to keep it as high if you let anyone do a hard pull. So when it comes to our process and our funding, we give you the options without having to do a hard pull, okay? We take a look at your credit report just like any banker would, just like any lender would. And we're going to take a look at it and see what are the options that you have available. This is all based on experience, and this is based on research, hard facts. And that's the thing. When we're looking at it internally, we want to make sure that not only are you going to receive the amount of money that you're looking for, but you're also going to get the options that you're looking for, because there's so many different products out there that can give you high interest rates, low interest rates, long terms, if 10 years, 15 years, 30 years, or short terms, 3 years, even 6 months sometimes. They're out there. It's just a matter of what fits that need that you have right now. So we handle a lot of the negotiations with these lenders. We have many applications that go through a certain lender at one time, so we have leverage over that. And we're able to really look at the criteria of that particular lender and see if it fits your criteria so that we can do a matchmaking. We can be the matchmakers at that point. That's going to allow you to avoid any mistakes and avoid those hard pulls without knowing what you're getting yourself into. So second of all, the next part is similar to what I just mentioned. Our lenders, what kind of lenders do we deal with? Well, here's only a couple of them. We deal with community banks. We deal with hedge funds, crowdfunding sources, major banks, private investors, specialized lenders, and so many more. So specialized lenders, these are lenders that are only giving out funds to a particular group of individuals, whether it be restaurants, maybe just veterans, or even people in the entertainment industry, you name it. There's lenders out there that are looking out for their community, even minority-based lenders. So when we're looking at your profile, even just your scenario, even if you're not interested in moving forward now, it's still better to take a look at your options now and really get to see what's out there, because the sooner that you can get to see your options, the faster you can take action, right? So our lenders, or just any lender, will evaluate your credit not just based on the score. You're talking about inquiries, debt to income, debt to credit, your credit history, and your authorized user accounts. Back in the day, people still do so, but they add authorized user accounts. Yes, it does increase your credit score, but it doesn't really help out with your true credit, which is based off of the accounts that are actually owned by you, and your debt to income ratio, which will easily be an average of it's going to be dependent on the income that you currently show on your credit, on your tax returns, and also your current debt, right? So that's how we come up with your debt to income. And your debt to credit is the amount of credit available versus the amount of debt that you have on your credit. So lenders are always going to look into those things. They're going to look into the inquiries. The good thing about if you're doing a real estate investment opportunity, whether you have a fix and flip or maybe a new construction deal, those are those are looked at a little bit different because they're not necessarily looked at towards the debt to income or debt to credit. Most of those are usually based on your score. They just want to see that you have at least a 620 credit score. And so that's when an authorized user account would actually come in handy because they're not looking at the inquiries, income, credit, none of that. They're looking just simply on the score. Having said that, again, you still want to increase your true score as much as possible because otherwise it's not really going to help long term, whether you're looking for a mortgage or credit card. So statistics show that why do most businesses fail within the first 18 months? Do you guys know that? Well, the answer is that 8 out of 18 businesses fail within the first 18 months due to the lack of funds. Lack of funds. And that's what really got me going to this world of finance, where we as entrepreneurs are always going to look for money. We are always looking for money. We're always looking to raise money, make money, you name it. So lack of funds is the reason why many businesses fail. And so what happens is that just like any business, you need a team, right? You need a team. The team could be based off of mentors, coaches, bankers, financial experts, operation experts, lawyers. You got people that know the industry. And that's one way that I got to where I got, or I am where I am, because, again, I was able to be around a lot of mentors. Those mentors taught me everything that I know now, along with many other resources, because I didn't go to college. I ended up dropping out of college and going into business for myself. And it wasn't just because I knew that I wanted to go with this. It's more about me wanting to learn more about how to get access to capital so I can start a business. But within this process, I started learning more and more and more, where today we have a successful company with e-funding experts where our business is raising money for your company. Okay. So again, we want to be part of that dream team. We want to be part of your board of advisors where we can show you and teach you how to raise money, but also, more importantly, put you in connection with the right sources that you need, whether it be lawyers or attorneys. We have a huge Rolodex of individuals and resources. So what is it that you're going to use the money for? The funding that we offer has no limits to what you can use the money for. Now, again, I only say that because we offer a variety of programs, anything from SBA loans, term loans, lines of credit, even hard money loans, hedge fund money, which again is very flexible. Those tend to be a little bit higher on the interest rates, but again, it is based on what your needs are. So the unlimited use of funding, again, it's based on real estate. If you're purchasing, rehabbing, flipping, e-commerce, the Amazon reseller or online retail stores, we get a lot of those. Purchasing an existing business, or just simply general business use, whether you're trying to purchase a vehicle for your company or you're doing payroll. There's no limits to what you can use the money for. You can even invest in business training, masterminds, brick and mortar equipment, cash for marketing and growth. Okay. So next is basically our reviews. We take our reviews very serious because, again, we want to be able to help you. So the first step in us being able to give you information about whether or not we can help you is going to be based on your credit. We want to take a look at your credit because that's going to avoid a lot of issues in the future. We don't want to take you through the funding process if we're not sure whether or not you would even qualify. We want to make sure that we can help you. So therefore, we're going to go ahead and see what kind of options we can give you. And see, one of the questions is about interest rates. Many of us grew up, including myself, about learning about interest rates. My mom would always say, "What's the interest rate?" They would go to the bank. Whenever they would try and get the loan for their mortgage or their car, they would always want to know the interest rate. And it is important to know the interest rates. Interest rates are very important. But you got to remember that when you're investing in real estate or maybe perhaps a different type of business, interest rates can play a role, but they're not always the most important role that they play. Because if you're doing a fix and flip, you're not expected to have that loan for more than 6 months to about a year. You're looking to simply flip that property as soon as possible. It's going to allow you to not only pay less in interest, but also allow you to pay less overall in fees. And because of that, again, the interest rate is not so much it's no longer as important as it used to, because you're looking to flip that money right away, and that's going to allow you to get access to funding. So even if the interest rate's a little bit higher in that particular deal, it's going to be okay. It's all about the numbers. It's all relative. So client receives $250,000, but the cost of funding is $37,000. It sounds expensive, but guess what? What if the actual deal, right, was going to make them even more than that? So you're talking about a potential profit of $20,000 or more with no debt on this particular example, where somebody is looking for the $251,000. It's costing, let's say, $37,000, just for simple math, and the business is currently being purchased for $205,000. Well, what's left over is $213 after expenses. Okay, but again, their current, depending on what it is that you're trying to use it for, again, it's all relative based on numbers. So another thing, you guys, is that you want to go ahead and I'm sharing this. You guys might want to take a screenshot or a picture, but this is another example about how some of our clients use the money for, and that's real estate, right? So again, if the client is purchasing a rehab or maybe perhaps a property that they can use it for and just get an after repair value of much higher than what it's costing, again, the interest rate is not so much of an issue. It's more about just getting you guys access to the money. Okay. What happens when we provide access to these fundings is that we give you options. So first lender in this example is we give you $30,000. Interest rate is 4%. Monthly payment is $750. Second lender is going to give you $20,000 at 2%. Monthly payment is $350. Third lender is $30,000, 8% at $550, right? And you get the point of the rest. You get to pick and choose which ones of these loans you get. Okay, we have a variety of lenders that are giving us options all the time, and they want to earn your business. But at the same time, again, you don't want to go and do this on your own because you do risk having inquiries. You don't want to do that. So depending on what your situation is, you can pick one lender, two lenders, three lenders, five lenders, and simply get the maximum amount of money available for you. But even if you decide not to pick any of them, again, it's perfectly fine, because at the end of the day, this is part of the consultation. We want to make sure that you're choosing the right program for you so that it can help you, right? Because again, it's all about the numbers. So we want to look at some offers. Some of these offers are based on the client's credit and the client's income. And based on those offers, you want to go ahead and stay as accurate as possible with what you're trying to get. You don't want to go overboard because, again, the money is going to cost you money. And so you don't want to spend more than what you need when it comes to raising money for your company or your project or simply what you're trying to do. Okay? So you want to choose what works best for you. We have our own team of underwriters. These underwriters come from many different resources. So we have cash advances, we have hard money lenders, we have term loans, lines of credit, we have SBA lenders. And so the process is very simple. We get you through where you need to get, and we're a brokerage company, and we also fund some of our own deals. It really depends on where you fit. Second of all, it's not second of all, because I've been talking for over a while now. So I want to talk to you guys about my mom's restaurant. My mom's restaurant is a perfect example of the flexibility for this program because my mom started a restaurant right before COVID. She had already put all her money on on this deal or on this project on this restaurant, and I also had to come in and help her in raising more money for it. It was way more expensive than what we thought, and therefore, we needed to do something about this. Okay, we needed to figure out exactly what do we do in order to raise the money during COVID. Again, the SBA and everything else was backed up, so that was not an option. And we managed to raise $50,000 for her in addition to what she had already invested. And luckily, we were able to do so. Today, it's a very successful business. But again, it goes to show you that with pure determination and a little bit of money, you can definitely get it going to where you can reach your goals, your dreams, and get profitable. So, why smart business owners work with us, and that's because thousands of happy clients have received over $900 million in funding. We do this through multiple deals. Again, some of these deals are real estate deals where they're worth millions of dollars. Some of these are businesses that are being purchased. And so everything really comes down to what are your needs? What is your business plan? We may not require a business plan for all deals, but it is important for you to know exactly what it is that you're trying to get. Here are some examples of some of the funding deals that we've done. Client has received $99,000 in term loans and lines of credit, as well as Sean, which we have him at $74,500. We have Mark at $122,400. And we have Gene at $87,000. So it could go anywhere from as little as $10,000 and it could go as high as $700,000 with term loans and lines of credit. If you decided to go with something a little bit more like an SBA loan, those tend to go in the millions of dollars as long as their numbers actually back up what you're looking for. And so, see, the harsh truth for business funding is that you don't really need the money, right? That they're not going to give you the money when you need it. They're going to give you the money when it's made available on their end because they have to figure out what's the risk factor. Okay, so you want to do what you do best and let us handle the rest. So do what you do best and let us handle the rest. You are a business owner and you do, whether it be real estate investing best, whether it be if you're a cosmetology expert and you cut hair, then that's what you do best. If you're a restaurant owner, then run your restaurant and let us handle the funding for you. We have many resources. There's not a lack of resources that we do have access to. And like I said, we do fund some of our own deals. It is a little bit risky right now because of COVID, but we have plenty of resources that have access to that money. So, again, we always have more connections, more resources. The keys to funding is that you need to stop trading time for money. You want to go ahead and scale. You need to go ahead and let money work for you. And all we need is a couple of these things, right? Good credit, income, and your business. If you don't have a business yet, we can still help you. But if you don't have any income, we can leverage your credit. And if you don't have good credit, we can leverage your income and your business. So you need two of these, either good credit and income, business and income, or good credit and a business. Again, there's so many different ways you can't fail, and if you're looking to do that. We do have our credit restoration program for those people that don't have good credit. What does good credit mean, by the way? Realistically, right now, the minimum score that we're accepting with any type of loan is a 620 FICO score. Anything below 620, even if you get approved, you're better off just fixing your credit because you will be getting better offers, higher amounts of lending, and you're going to be getting everything much more beneficial for you. So we do have a credit restoration program. It runs roughly around 90 days, and I'm just being completely frank and kind of giving you an overview just because, again, everybody's a little bit different. Somebody that needs a couple of inquiries off is going to be way different than somebody that needs an entire a plethora of issues of whether it be collections or bankruptcies or inquiries and all and late payments, you name it. So everyone's a little bit different, but I highly recommend checking out our website. We have a credit restoration program there, or you can simply just contact us as well. So why term loans and lines of credit? Term loans and credit lines are a very important factor or very important when it comes to our programs because they are very flexible. They're very flexible to what you can use them for. No one's going to be over your shoulder trying to see as to whether or not you can get access to the funds so you can, pay your salaries, or perhaps maybe you want to purchase a printer or whatnot. You name it, whatever it is that comes to mind, you can do it. All right. You got to be responsible though, because even though nobody's looking over your shoulder to see what you spend your money on, again, you still want to be responsible and you want to make sure that you're doing it the best of your to the best of your advantage. Okay. So you can use it for appraisals, surveys, home inspectors, staging, utility costs. This is if you're in real estate. But you can also use it to purchase trucking equipment, paying salaries, and even purchasing a business. Okay. We got another client that has purchased or that received 75,900, and here we have Maria, and we're gonna listen to what Maria has to say.
Hi, my name is Maria Solbromer, and I just wanted to take a moment today to give a review for e-funding experts and Jose Baeza and his amazing team. I first started out as a lending client. I have been a real estate investor now for about 3 years, a little more than 3 years. I have two real estate investing companies, and I have given them the opportunity to handle my real estate loans, and I had a very positive experience with e-funding
All right, so
experts
if
and
I'm gonna
Jose
let you guys
Baeza and his
hear that
amazing team. I
on
find
our
myself.
YouTube channel because we do have those available on our YouTube channel. So I'll let you finish that if that's interested. And then, some of the qualifications so that we can leverage your credit is for the term loans and the lines of credit, we do need a 680 FICO score and above. No open bankruptcies, no open tax liens. Ideally, we would like less than 30% debt to credit ratio and no more than four credit inquiries within 1 year. Okay. We do all the initial underwriting, so you don't have to. And we let you know whether or not you would qualify before taking any application. Okay. You can actually get the funds in days, not months. We're talking about 3 to 5 business days. 3 to 5 business days, guys. And it's pretty quick. And that's granted, again, we do our mise en place. I used to go to culinary arts, so I learned that word. That's pretty much getting everything set up, getting everything ready so that you can get the most amount of money with least amount of issues throughout the entire process. Funding is not a straight line. Funding, it can be very complicated, but if you have the right team like us, we can get you through it. So here's another one of our clients. Her name is Jean, and we raised money for her pharmacy company called Mobile Mediclaim.
Hi, my name is Jean Chanduza, and I am founder and CEO of Mobile Mediclaim. I just wanted to make a quick shout out to Jose to say he is awesome to work with. He has helped generate $87,000 in lines of credit that, frankly, I wouldn't be able to afford my software today without him and his team and his experience. So
All right, I'm
shout
gonna let
out
you
to
guys
Jose.
also listen to that one later. Here's some more approvals. Now this isn't the full amount that we raised, but these are just some of the loans that we were able to offer. $7,000. You got a $10,000 loan. $28,000 for that one client, and we get a lot of great reviews online. You guys can check us out on Google, and you'll get to see a lot of great
Hello,
reviews.
I am
Um,
Yasina
this is one of our
Amasai,
other clients here.
speaker, author, and success coach. What can I say about Jose Baeza? If you are looking to grow your business exponentially, then Jose is the
All right. So we'll just skip these so that we can go to the next one. And here's another one. He actually was from one of our. We do a lot of speaking engagements in Chicago or also in the different RIAs all over the country. So we get to speak in front and basically just show other investors how to raise money. But yeah, you guys want to find the right lender. We have partnerships with over 250 lenders, as I mentioned from the beginning. You want to learn what's working today. You don't want to go over outdated methods. And again, going back to the old method of going to a bank and then trying to see if you can apply or not. That's the old stuff. It doesn't work anymore, right? I mean, even with COVID, not many lenders are actually doing the in the bank consultation as before. So you want to partner up with someone with proven track record of funding, and that's us. You want to have predictable funding, and that's us. Again, like clockwork, we are able to match you with lenders that meet your criteria. We can work with any business, including cannabis, and we are based on proven results. So for our term loans, lines of credit, we don't have any upfront fees. We charge a success fee that can range anywhere from 2 points to 15 points, depending on the options. Again, but you don't have to pay the money to acquire funding upfront, and that's the key. You don't want to go ahead and go into a situation blindly without knowing what you're getting yourself into. So let's get down to business. So how do we get started? How do we start the process? Well, the first thing is we're going to need a copy of your credit report. Or we could also help you in acquiring a report without having to hurt your score by simply providing us your name, date of birth, and home address. We don't even need your social. Again, the reason being is because we just want to look at your credit just so that we know what we're dealing with and what are some of the options that you're going to get. You don't need to provide us with your social security number, or we're not going to do a hard pull as well. We just want to get access to your credit report. Now, the credit report you could obtain from Experian.com, IdentityIQ.com, or many of the other resources out there, except for Credit Karma or some of these other free quote-unquote credit reports that are out there, including your credit card statement, because those are not as accurate. If we're going to give you a quote, we want to be as accurate as possible. So make sure that you actually obtain it from a legitimate resource that is well trusted. So again, if you don't have a copy of your credit report, you can still reach out to us and we can help you obtain one of those credit reports. We do have a partnership with Experian, and all they're asking is just your name, date of birth, and home address. So stop wasting money, you guys, and time cracking the funding code. You want to go ahead and look at what it is that you can get access to. So you want to go ahead and crack that funding code, and you need partnerships for that. That's what we're here for. So you want to have the right team and the systems to generate these results. That's what we're here. Or you can simply do it the hard way. And the hard way is that you could have 10,000 plus different combinations, applying to different banks, going to different inquiries, and then all of a sudden you get less money, higher interest rates, and perhaps maybe just a lower credit score after that. So go ahead and get started, you guys. So if you're interested in learning more about our funding process, if you're looking to get started or in seeing what your options are, reach out to us. Go to our website at www.efundingexperts.com and click on the Get Started button so that you can apply. And one of our actual consultations or consultants will reach out, and we will go over everything with you in detail based on your particular project or business, or simply answer any questions that you may have. Because again, at the end of the day, it is all about you and your business. And if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And those were wise words from Mr. Warren Buffett. So it's your time. Purchase more properties, flip more homes, buy that business, get more inventory, hire employees, reduce workload, whatever it is that you're trying to do, we can help you. Okay. So again, also we're doing a bit of a bonus. If you've made it this far in this video, then you will be getting 10% off of your invoice from funding that you get from us. And you do have to mention this particular video and this particular bonus, because again, the whole purpose of this is so that you can If you got it, if you invested the time and energy into looking into this and researching, and you made it this far in this video, I want to go ahead and congratulate you, and I want to help you even more. So I just mentioned that you do have 10% off the invoice. That's only if you decide to move forward with us, and that's only after you've gone through the whole preliminary steps of getting you approved and seeing your offers, and for you to pick the offers and so forth. So again, without further ado, my name is Jose Baeza, and I want to go ahead and thank you so much for letting us share this information with you. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe. Click on the link on the like button, and let us personalize a custom funding option for you with this one-on-one consultation. Again, guys, this is Jose. Looking forward to working with you, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.